My grandparents were Bill and Betty Davis. My grandmother was the sweetest woman I'd ever met. Her favorite place to be was with her family on the beach. My mom died in the summer of 2005. I miss her constantly. My grandfather is a retired Maryland state policeman. I was always so impressed with him. He did everything for my brother and myself. He preferred camping with us over the beach any day because he can get sunburnt while sitting in the shade. My parents are Steve and Terry Brandt. They met while working at the Gettysburg Hospital. Dad is a social worker and Mom is a registered nurse. I am their second child and only daughter. Growing up, my family life was always perfect. I had loving parents and grandparents who would always do what they could for my brother and myself. Since I have an older brother, I grew up to be a tomboy. I spent my childhood trying to keep up with him and his friends. The only girlish thing about me was my love for animals. We always had a zoo of animals in our house, and I couldn't have been happier. I was so proud of my knowledge of animals that I wanted to open up a petting zoo when I was 5. My parents weren't too keen on that idea. My parents also knew that I loved sports and put me on our local soccer team when I was 6. When I turned 8, they got me horseback riding lessons, and when I was 13, I went out for volleyball. Nick Peterson was the first kid I knew that developed cancer. He was a sophomore in high school. He fought it for 4 years but succumbed to the disease and died on December 8, 2009. A year after Nick was diagnosed, Doug Stouch, one of my closest friends, was diagnosed with bone cancer. He was 15 years old. Dougie survived his cancer and still has both legs, thanks to a cadaver. My best friends are mostly all guys. Ever since I was a child, I always had more guy friends than girlfriends. They are less drama, and I have the same sense of humor as they do. My 2 best girlfriends were just like me. We all bonded over the fact that we didn't have many girlfriends, and we always had a blast. I decided to come to Point Park University for photojournalism. I've made a ton of friends at the school, and I've learned priceless lessons along the way. I am now a senior in college, and I am terrified about my future. I know what I want to do, it's just the fact of having the opportunity to do it. But one of my greatest life lessons I have learned is that no matter what, my family will always support me and guide me.